We would please like to welcome Chief Executive Officer and co-founder of Anymind. Please welcome and give a round of applause, Mr. Kosuke Sogo.
Selamat pagi. Apa kabar? Good morning, everybody. My name is Kosuke Sogo. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Anymind Group. Today, I'm super excited to be here at MMA Impact Indonesia. Today, I would like to share 3 key trends for the e-commerce in APAC in 2024 that all marketers here need to know. First of all, in the coming year, obviously, people we see more fragmentation happening of the channel. So meaning that brand cannot be relied on only like e-com marketplaces anymore. More channel are available, and based on the study data, the brand that sell the product on 2 or more channel, that increase 190% in revenue versus a single channel. So meaning that this is very huge because expanding your channel, meaning that expanding your customer base. And I strongly believe it's super important for brand to unify user experience and journey across multiple channels. And consumer really want it. Is your brand ready for it? And second of all, as everyone probably know that, user identification is changing without cookie. So there are a bunch of, because of that, there are a bunch of advanced technology in the attribution tracking, e-commerce, integration in the influencer marketing, and also like a more, first-party data is more sort of important. So marketer must adapt marketing strategy for digital commerce. And also like how do you manage these multiple channels and tie them up to the, marketing, CRM, store operation, and so on. This is very important for the brand to have unified commerce experiences. According to the data by Google, when you implement unified commerce, you're gonna see 3 to 6x revenue uplift for the commerce. So at the Anymind, this industry, like Indonesia market is changing very quickly. So we keep investing on the product development, technology investment, in order to make every business borderless. Especially, we put a lot of investment on the technology development of our flagship product called NEX. This platform has integrated with bunch of e-commerce channels. Here in Indonesia, obviously we connect with Tokopedia, Shopee, Lazada, and so on. And also this platform has integrated with marketing platform as well, like, such as Google, Facebook, etc. And also you can integrate your logistic system, inventory system to this platform as well. I could say NEX is one of the best technology that enable you to have unified commerce experiences. I hope we can work together in the future and let's grow the business together. Terima kasih. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kosuke. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, for our panel discussion, I would like to invite on stage as our moderator As the Managing Director of Agency Business Anymind Group, Pa Aditya Aima. Can we have a round of applause, everyone? And also please welcome our speakers to join on stage, the Chief Marketing Officer PT Kino.Indonesia Tbk, Ms. Vebbyna Kaunang. Can we have a round of applause as well? Thank you so much. And as Marketing Director, Consumer Dairy and Specialized Nutrition, Frisianflag Indonesia, please welcome Ms. Veronika Utami. Panel, the floor is yours.
Hello. Oh, it's alive. Selamat pagi, everyone here. Good morning, my name is Aditya. I am part of the Anymind group. And we are here to talk about a topic which I believe it's a very difficult task to follow the distinguished gentlemen that have come in and spoken so extensively about AI and data. We will try and keep it and pick the minds of two of my distinguished marketing minds on the stage here, who have not only worked in Indonesia, but across Southeast Asia, Asia Pacific. And they will, hopefully, by the end of this session, we will be a little more wiser in terms of what really goes into the mind of a marketer when they are looking at the next generation of e-commerce. Thank you very much for joining us, ladies. See, just as some numbers I will start with. Indonesia, by the latest Temasek Google report that has come out just 2 days, just in time actually, just 2 days prior to this session. The GMV prediction and the CAGR in which the GMV will grow on a $62 billion to about $82 billion. So it's about a 15% CAGR that we're expecting the e-commerce to grow in Indonesia. However, we also see that a lot of where has changed for commerce. It has become far more mobile, far more personalized. As marketers, and I could start with you, Vebbyna, first. As marketers, how do you see your marketing efforts on a consolidated way affecting brand salience, and how does that translate to online?
Okay, thank you, Adi. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. So, what happens sometimes when people talking about commerce or e-commerce or online sales, it's basically they focus only on the sales only. While it's actually when we're talking about online or e-commerce, it's a total things from a marketing to sales. So it's also the platform or the place where we're not only selling, but we also do the brand building. That's something that sometimes marketing forgot about it, and they just focus to get the numbers. So sometimes we need to also think holistically, what is actually the role between offline and online channel that we go into it.
Your thoughts?
Yeah, thank you. Pleasure to be here, everyone. So I would like to build from Vebbyna. I think building the brands is very pivotal pillar. The other aspect that we are more and more understand is the fact that digital enable us to really reach targeted by consumers. And across the world, we are seeing a two-pronged economics. Yes, there is mainstream, but the growth is even faster at the upper end of the pyramids, but even faster now at the lower end of the pyramids. So digital enable us to reach specifically across these consumers with the right product solutions, portfolio and communications. And the moment consumer try our products, this is the simple how brand growth principle. The moment they try our products enabled by the digital, of course, there is also an inclination of an increased brand love, increased meaningful, saliency, and of course, the entire demand power of the brand. So what I would like to highlight is the pivotal imperative of building our brands through digital and serving the right target consumers across segment. Yeah.
Thank you for that. I think one of the speakers earlier today spoke about how we need to start looking at AI not against others, but as users who are going to be of AI users and competing against them. So, you know, if I was to kind of broadly talk about it, it is from becoming an AI user, you are transforming to be an AI value creator. As marketers, when you look at the marketing trends, when you look at data insights, there's a lot of incumbent, existing AI technologies that we use. As a marketer, are you more the science or the art kind of marketer? I think Ken earlier today alluded to that question. He asked a lot of people. So I'm going to refer that back to the ladies here. These are marketing minds too. Are you more art or more science? Or is that even a possibility that you could be one or the other?
No, what I would say, we need to combine that. Because data, it's important as a base to see what and build the understanding. But again, it's also speak before that we cannot just rely on the data and then take decision like that. Because there's also some art behind it and the gut feel that we need to have. Especially now, with all the change, the dynamic happen in the consumers, on the platform, we need to see which the best opportunity that we can tap in. Meaning like, sometimes consumers don't know what they don't know. We're the one who need to define for them. So if we take a different step, or sometimes some brands also even have a willingness to take leap, things also can change. What I mean here, it cannot be choose one or the other. We need to combine both, and as a marketer, we need to be brave enough to really take all this possibility or take every change and embrace that in our daily, day-to-day job.
Utami, the question for you will be a little different. No, I'm not going to ask you to comment and add on that. I'm going to ask you a question which is a little more to the topic and a little more serious. In terms of the various channels that are at your disposal today, Indonesia is clearly that crucible where a lot of West and East technologies have kind of come in. In the West, it is still a very search-based, intent-based search that happens on e-commerce platforms. However, here, in this part of the world, and which is why when I see a lot of platforms mimicking what is happening in the US, it baffles me, because here we have this attitude as consumers to be in this realm of joyous discovery, something that kind of mimics what happens in the brick and mortar stores. So the question to you is, as a brand principal, when all these platforms come serenading to you, what is the criteria you look at when you select that platform?
Okay, I choose to respond to your question a little bit later, but I will build from what Vebbyna earlier mentions. It has always been a combination of magic and logic altogether. And in terms of AI, at the Frisianflag, we largely shift our ways of working in the way we do innovations, for examples, because consumers evolve at the speed that we have never seen before. Like with the COVID, of course, immunity becomes one of the core driver for many of the categories, dairy, one of examples. But now, yes, immunity is something that is there, but it's hygiene. Everybody, every product expected it's there as a solutions. People back on the street, go out and play, come out and play, out of home, and therefore, the key driver of many categories also shift quite fast forward. And in Frisianflag, we get a lot of enabler from AI on how we can really make lean and faster agile innovations. We can no longer do whatever 2 years type of lead time of innovations, but with the AI, packaging design, product designs, communication tasks, we got sharp and robust output, but with much faster result and reliable, that's first. Second, on the way how we do business, AI also enable, I mean, in the consumer's good, you know what's so-called S&OP, right? So it's the volume projections. Manually done, it's time consuming. With the AI, you rely on the numbers from the AI, accurate. It's no different versus the numbers that you do as a team. Like Imangga dua ya, apa namanya? Sometimes you do no basis, sometimes you have evidence, but AI really help you to come with numbers. Trust the AI, and you really can use your time to go out, speak with the consumers, speak with your retailers, validate the insight, because yes, the use of data and AI is one thing, but as a marketer, we have always to trust our intuition, and intuition is built because of the process. because you are long in the market, you connect with the consumers lengthy enough to understand them. So I think back to the principle, leverage AI to enable much more faster business process launch and innovations. But also as a marketer, I would like to invite everyone to definitely step forward in connecting back with the consumers. Those are really human insight that we want to garner.
With the data then, that you so
With
speak
the
of,
data, yes.
would you then be basing a lot of the decision making in terms of the, I'm going to the question that I prior asked you, would you then base a lot of those insights that you draw, being augmented by the AI technology and data insighting? Do you then use that to choose? What is your criteria then to choose the online channels?
Yeah, so in general, product solutions and probably dairy for Frisianflag, you need to be the best buddy for your consumers through different life stage. And as they evolve, the benefit evolve, the channel selections or the channel that engage with them the most is also expanding, right? So with the help of course, data and the right partner who wants to share the insight, of course, in a, legally, something that, it has to be under the framework of the legal and sharing the data privacy and everything have to comply. But the insight sharing, the knowledge sharing with the right partner that is like-minded, leveraging data and AI that help us to pick whose partner we want to be really investing our presence and brand footprints. Yeah.
Vebbyna, at your end, how does, I'm sure that data plays a role, right? But data also has issues with security. Data has a lot of security issues. How do you leverage that part? And what are your criterion to choose some of the online e-commerce partners?
Okay, so talking about data management and stuff, first of all, need to start from the top top management. Whether this is something that's very important or not for the business, because when we're talking about data, we love to have data. But like you mentioned, it's about integrity, it's about security, it's also a cost. It's not cost-saving exercise, but this is to enrich for improvement. So answering your questions on how we use the data and also selecting the partners, for instance, it comes back to what is the brand strategy? Back to who's the target consumer that we want to attract, be it the current or the potential consumers, and to understand what the environment or who join or come to that platform for purchase or to get exposed. Like, I also want to touch a bit about you previously saying that if we copy from the Western, for instance, everything is done in the platform, I don't think it's something that really suitable 100% for the Indonesian market, because we're so social connected. So the social part, it's also need to be built on. So the ecosystem, it's even larger. We need to bring also the environment from outside into the platform. So we cannot just live within the platform itself, but the total ecosystem that we need to build. Yeah.
I think Indonesia is very unique to this market, where we have some very, very strong and large platforms that have come up and built themselves into robust operating mechanisms. To name a few, Tokopedia, Blibli, Bukalapak, we've had them, while we've also had the regional players have a fairly significant presence here with the Lazadas and the Shoppies of the world. I don't know when Amazon will look at coming in, but yeah, you never know, Amazon knock. How do you then look at choosing a regional partner for a brand? Friesland is a regional and a global brand as well. So for you, Utami, how do you then look at selecting, should I go for the local partner? Do you think the local partners are more willing to participate with you versus the regional? I mean, just give us a little bit of insight about that.
Okay, thank you. So of course, weekly active user, monthly active users is something that we look at. At the end of the day, we also want to have a decent GMV. But fundamentally, we are also looking for the right partner who share the same visions and missions with us, the same purpose with us. For example, just to mention Pak William, Tokopedia in the past, he has a very strong interest in the foodpreneurship, and in my previous experience, we actually working collaboratively to land specifically product to address mom foodpreneurships and specifically design and make the communications together with Tokopedia. And now in Frisian, we see Lazada is one of key partner for us. a lot of female consumers, and these female consumers are very, very important because they give birth to the nations. They raise the toddler for the nations. These toddler are the next generations, where Indonesia really relying on this, the success of how this toddler generation progress. And therefore, talking about nutrition in terms of strategy on how we build brands with our partners like Lazada becoming even more important. So yes, numbers of footprints is important, but also having the visions and the impact to Indonesia, what can we do together with scale is also a very dominant considerations to choose our partners in this region.
This beautiful country is diverse. Thank you for we will wrap up in the next 5. In terms of the geographical expanse of this beautiful country, you know, there's a whole lot of business that has been built on trade partnerships, traders that have gone literally on a limb to support principles. And then there's this new era where we are looking at digital commerce. There's bound to be conflict. How do you manage channel conflict? And if I could just slip in another addition to that, and while you're managing channel conflict, are there ways in which you think we could leverage the traders and the online demand channels to help offline to online? Vebbyna, maybe you could give us your input first.
Sometimes channel conflict is created by ourselves because we're not clear on what is the strategy for the products or the brands itself. So it's, again, come back to what is our strategy, our brand strategy, for instance. We need to have a clear differentiations. What is the role for every single channel? What is the role for offline? What is the role of online? And what is the assortment that we will sell between online and offline? And how these two assortment work together to give the biggest growth for the brands. And same things about the pricing. So if we already have very clear, say, pack type or brands for the online versus offline, there's no conflict, because usually the biggest conflict that we have in the market, it's pricing. And we know that lots of discounted throw in the online, but back again, it depends on the strategy that we put. Are we disciplined enough to play around with our pricing? You can find even in online that the price, the discount everywhere, even with the reseller, is exactly the same. Why? It can happen because of the discipline. But you also can find that one brand or particular SKU, the price war is there. Sometimes it's created by the brand because maybe we're sometimes not patient enough or we need the sales. So the easiest way to throw the discount. So this is really the discipline. And when we're talking about how we also leverage on the different geographic, that's the beauty of AI. We're talking about AI today. Lots of things that we can generate, understanding what is the different needs between market in Indonesia. For instance, is there any different preference on the variants or flavors? We can create the communication specifically for that regions only. So lots of things that we can really build on the database analysis through AI.
We are nearing our session end, but I would like to get quick inputs from you, Utami, about a lot of time when we talk to platform partners, they say that when you come up with new technologies like, you know, AR filters, virtual environments, a lot of time consumers don't go up using it, and it is a cost to them, right? As a brand principal, how much do you think you should be participating with other partners, trying to evangelize, educate your consumers for better personalized brand experiences in their customer user journey?
Yeah, at the end of the day, we have to really anchor this as a service to our consumers. Your work is vocation, it's a calling, right? So it is something that will be mutually benefit the moment they realize what's in it for me. So the education will be much simpler. For example, like ibu, I don't have the time, I have toddlers, I have demanding husband, for example, I have demanding work at home. I will not have the time to go shopping outside, and therefore maybe a virtual shopping assistant can really share with you the nutrition story in much more engaging and complete knowledge about what you need as a mom to equip your family. That through times, of course, not instant. Of course, market development always need time across different channels. But I think our persistence, embracing the new channel, but really driving value for the consumers is what really a game changers to new format adoptions. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we are almost at the end. Thank you very much for sharing your wisdom with us. It is quite a challenging time, I think, for the marketers. I mean, I've been a marketer myself, and I do understand that it is not an easy conversation. Thank you for accepting that the change has to happen at the top, and it's not really, cannot just be cost to benefit. It has to be a little bit more investment that has to go in. And thank you for also sharing the fact that partners need to play a role, and that those partnerships can be leveraged. Thank you very much, ladies. Thank you, everyone. Selamat siang.
Terima kasih. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you very much, panels. We'd like to take the time to take pictures. Once again, thank you so much, Pa Aditya, Aima, and Miss Vebbyna, Kaunang, and Miss Veronika, Utami, on sharing the light with us on this subject.